Good morning to all of you. Yesterday we have discussed about the different soil types. We have learned about alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite, arid and mountain soil. We have discussed about the properties. We have discussed about the properties of the different soil types. Alluvial soil, we have learned that alluvial soil is most widely spread soil type of our country. Then alluvial soil is found along the river valley and delta or coastal areas. Alluvial soil is very fertile, and alluvial soil is classified on the basis of age into two types. One is known as old alluvium, another one is known as new alluvium. Although both are fertile, but new alluvium is more fertile than old alluvium. Can anyone tell me what is name of new alluvium and old alluvium? You can unmute and say what is new alluvium, what is old alluvium. नाम बता दो, ओल्ड एलुवियम कौन से सॉइल है, न्यू एलुवियम कौन से सॉइल है. कल का थोड़ा सा रिकैप हो रहा है, रिवीजन हो रहा है. एलुवियल सॉइल को दो टाइप में बांटा गया है. कौन आंसर दोगे? So we got one answer. Aditi says other is new alluvial soil. Sunny says Hadar and Bangar are the two types of alluvial soil. Aditi is correct again. Old alluvial soil is Bangar. So we got the answer. So alluvial soil is very fertile. It is rich in also limestone, phosphoric acid and potash. So these are essential nutrients being drawn by the plants through the soil, through the alluvial soil. And hence the food crops grown are very productive in the alluvial soil. Then yesterday we discussed about black soil. So black soil are black in color due to the presence of heavy volcanic minerals. During volcanic eruption, very heavy minerals have been ejected from the earth's surface, and the soil which has formed upon those heavy metamorphic and igneous rocks, the soil which has been derived from such parent rock are dark in color, hence they are black soil. They also contain some iron and other heavy minerals like magnesium and other heavy minerals like silicon dioxide, etc. So they are black in color. Their other properties are they are clay in texture. They are so finely grained, the particles are known as clay. And whenever it rains, the clay soil is able to hold moisture it is able to retain moisture for a longer period of time. And they develop deep crack when they are dried. जब सूख जाते हैं तो इनमें जो है क्रैक डेवलप हो जाते हैं. ये हो गया black soil, and it is also known as regur soil. It is found in the Deccan Plateau region. It is found in the Deccan Plateau region of Peninsular Plateau. It comprises of parts of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka. Some parts of Gujarat also is there. All right, so that's about black soil. Black soil is suitable for growing cotton crop. Likewise, we learned about red soil. They are red in color due to the diffusion of iron oxide. Laterite soil comes from the Latin word later, which means brick. And laterite soils can also be used for agriculture with adequate doses of fertilizers. अगर फर्टिलाइजर डालेंगे तो हम उनको यूजेबल बना सकते हैं। रेड सॉइल में भी कुछ क्रॉप्स, पेनिनसुलर प्लेटो में बहुत सारे क्रॉप्स हम लोग रेड सॉइल में भी ग्रो करते हैं। रेड एंड लैटराइट को डिस्टिंग्विश करना है तो दोनों अलग अलग एनवायरनमेंट से, एक जगह हेवी लीचिंग से सॉइल डेवलप हुआ है। So laterite soils are the results of heavy leaching, where there is high temperature and high rainfall, the minerals get leached, and on the top only laterite soil is remaining. Laterites also have the red color. Laterite means brick, and they are very similar to red soil, but red soil appears yellow in hydrated form, and red soil is having more thickness than the laterite soil. Laterite soil are also deficient in nutrient because the action of decomposer is very less, because they cannot survive in high temperature and high rainfall conditions. The decomposers, the microbes, the bacteria, they don't survive, hence they are deficient in nutrient. This is about the comparison of red and laterite soil. And from your book, you come to know more about arid soil, mountain soil. The location of arid soil is in the western part of our country, in parts of Rajasthan, that is surrounding the desert. Parts of Gujarat also comes under arid soil or desert soil. They receive less rainfall, they receive high temperature, the rate of evaporation is high, the sand, they contain sandy soil, mostly the texture is sandy, the fertility is very less because of absence of vegetation. पेड़ पौधे ज्यादा उगते नहीं है, soil ज्यादा fertile नहीं मिलेंगे desert soil. So these are basic characteristics of desert soil. Yesterday I told you also about the mountain soil, that again exclusive to the mountains, and interference of people is less, hence forest grow naturally without any disturbance. So it is also known as forest soil, and the variety of environment, the variety of topography also results in variety of soil conditions. At some places the soil is fertile, at some places the soil have larger boulders and pebbles, at some places there are moderately sized particles. Then if it is in contact with ice, then they are acidic in nature. All right, as they found near the tropical areas, their reaction is different, their chemical property is different. So altogether in the forest soil, we will find variety of soil types, and important areas are Jammu and Kashmir, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand. These are the states where we will find mostly forest or mountain soil. If I miss something, then you can go through the book, and in case you don't understand about those terms, you can ask me. Yesterday I told you about Piedmont, that is foot of the mountain is known as Piedmont. And regarding alluvial soil, as because they are formed near the Piedmont also, so they have local terms known as alluvial soils are locally known as Duar, Ko, and Tarai in the Piedmont zone. So when the Himalayas and the northern plains come in contact with each other in different parts of our country, we represent the same alluvial soil as Ko, as Duar, as Tarai. So I will draw one map to explain you where we call the alluvial soil as Ko, Duar, and Tarai. Before that, please acknowledge from the textbook if you have come across these words or not. तुम्हें ये वर्ड मिला है कि नहीं? alluvial soil, alluvial लिख देंगे. इसमें एक वर्ड These are the words. ये तीनों वर्ड आए हैं कि नहीं, ये पहले कंफर्म करोगे. तुम चैट में लिख सकते हो, अनम्यूट करके बता सकते हो. देखते हैं पहले कौन ढूंढता है. alluvial soil, खो, तराई, दुआ। यहाँ हम लोग एक माउंटेन एरिया को बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये माउंटेन से कुछ रिवर आएंगे, ये जगह से भी रिवर ले आए हैं, छोटे छोटे नदी इधर उधर। ये माउंटेन से रिवर हम लोग ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं और इस जगह में जो है पत्थर से जो है इस जगह में ये माउंटेन और प्लेन, जहाँ पे प्लेन आके ज्वाइन हो रहा है और माउंटेन आके एंड हो रहा है, उस ज्वाइंट को ब्रेक ऑफ पॉइंट को हम लोग बोलते हैं पिडमोंट एरिया। So in the Piedmont area, the rivers bring the pebbles and they drop it here. And slowly this area, in this area, we will find deposits of pebbles. ये जगह में भी pebble जो है deposit हमको मिलेगा देखने को। So at the joint, at the break point of plain and mountain, the river come down the mountain with great speed. They bring the bigger particles, and when they enter the plain, when the river migrates in the plains, then they drop those pebbles or sediments there in that place, and in that way, a structural plain known as tarai is found along the foothill. So, सेंट्रल इंडिया में तराई बोलते हैं, वेस्टर्न इंडिया में खो बोलते हैं, ईस्टर्न इंडिया असम अरुणाचल में दुआर बोलते हैं. These are also slowly going to become an alluvial soil because this sediment, this particle, these boulders have been brought down by river, and in due course of time they will get weathered and slowly become an alluvial soil with mixed characteristics of sand, silt and clay texture. यहाँ पे sand, silt, clay, boulder, pebble सब मिला जुला मिलेगा, क्योंकि हर साल फ्लड जो है इनको फ्लड धकेल देते हैं, इनकी पोजीशन चेंज हो जाती है. एक बार फ्लड आएंगे तो ये सारे पेबल का पोजीशन चेंज हो जाता है, तब तक नए पेबल वहां फिर जमा हो जाते हैं, नए बड़े पत्थर वहां जमा हो जाते हैं. So in that way, alluvial soil is found along the mountain foothills or in the Piedmont zone, and in the eastern part of our country, they are known as दुआ. ईस्टर्न में बोलते हैं दुआ. Kho in Western India, suppose this is Western India, they are known as Kho, plural Khos, and in the central part of our country, they are known as Tarai. क्लास 9 में तुम ये सब पढ़े होगे, जो भाबर, तराई, बांगर, खादर. देखते हैं किसने लोगों को याद है. तुम 9 में एक चैप्टर था ड्रेनेज, और उस ड्रेनेज चैप्टर में तुम हिमालयन रिवर, पेनिनसुलर रिवर के बारे में पढ़े हो, और वहां पे भी तुमको स्ट्रक्चरल प्लेन्स, द प्लेन्स ऑफ नॉर्दर्न इंडिया जब पढ़ रहे थे, द प्लेन्स आर क्लासिफाइड इनटू 4 स्ट्रक्चरल पार्ट्स. वन ऑफ देम इज नोन एज भाबर. The deposits of pebbles in the break point or in the Piedmont zone is known as Bhabar, followed by Tarai, and then Bangar and Khadar. So Bangar is old alluvium and Khadar is new alluvium. तो ये आगे चल के Bangar और Khadar soil में भी convert हो जाएंगे. आगे ये plain area में जैसे जैसे river आगे move करेंगे, वो soil deposit करेंगे. तो terms are there. Bhabar, you have learnt in class 9. Then you have learnt about तराई. तराई is south. यहाँ भाबर में सारे नदी जो है पत्थर के बीच में खो जाते हैं, इसलिए वेस्टर्न इंडिया में इनको खो बोलते हैं। सेंट्रल इंडिया में तराई मतलब निचला एरिया, तलहटी बोलते हैं। तो तराई में भी नदी का जो है अपीयरेंस जो है पता नहीं चलता है, पत्थर, मिट्टी, कीचड़, जंगल में छिपा रहता है नदी। और तराई के बाद फिर नदी रीअपियर करते हैं। तो हिमालय से जितने रिवर उतरते हैं ये भाबर और तराई में आके डिसअपियर हो जाते हैं, फिर आगे चल के उनका धारा फिर आगे चल के बढ़ने लगता है। तो ये जगह में सारा पत्थर, पेबल, बोल्डर में जाके रिवर जो है वो डिसअपियर हो जाते हैं। तो ये सारा 9 का भी हम लोग पढ़े थे। अब यहाँ सॉइल में भी पढ़ रहे हैं, क्योंकि यही पत्थर करोड़ों साल से पड़े पड़े वेदर्ड हो जाता है और वो जाके एलुवियल सॉइल बनते हैं। देखते हैं चैट में कुछ आया है रिस्पॉन्स। एक बच्चे बोले हैं कि यस करके, अदरवाइज बाकी लोग के तरफ से कोई इतना रिस्पॉन्स नहीं है। और ये जो है सॉइल टाइप्स पढ़ दिए, एलुवियल के बारे में पढ़ दिए, एक ड्राइंग भी हम लोग बना के थोड़ा बहुत समझने की कोशिश किया है कि माउंटेन से रिवर उतरता है और वो जो भी मिट्टी, पत्थर, कीचड़, कंकड़ को बिछाते हैं वो भी सॉइल बनता है। आज हम लोग थोड़ा पढ़ेंगे और इससे इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक, वो है सॉइल इरोजन। यहाँ हमने डिफाइन किया है सॉइल इरोजन को, द वियरिंग, वियर एंड टियर होता है, हर चीज का जो है बनना बिगड़ना तय है, निश्चित है। तो सॉइल भी बनता बिगड़ता है, तो इसीलिए वो वर्ड है वियर एंड टियर से वियरिंग आया है। सिंपली मींस रिमूवल ऑफ द टॉप लेयर ऑफ सॉइल इज कॉल्ड सॉइल इरोजन। And top layer of the soil is very fertile. It helps in agricultural productivity, and we would never like to lose the fertile part of the soil, and soil erosion must be stopped, checked or prevented. तो soil erosion जो है वो कितने तरह से होते हैं वो थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ देंगे। टाइप्स ऑफ सॉइल इरोजन, इसमें भी सॉइल इरोजन के टाइप्स में एक हो गया। Noted down types of soil erosion. We have noted seat erosion, gully erosion, badlands, and leaching. These are different natures of soil erosion which we recognize on the earth's surface. If the land is plain or gently sloping surface, so an entire layer of soil is removed from that area. On gentle slopes or flat plains, an entire layer of soil is removed, and that is known as seat erosion. एक बेडशीट की तरह जो है सॉइल इरोजन होते हैं, जहां एक पूरा लेयर सॉइल का रिमूव हो जाता है। दूसरा है गली इरोजन। ये स्टीप माउंटेन स्लोप में देखने को मिलता है। ये जो माउंटेन्स है, ये जगह में माउंटेन से जब रिवर उतरते हैं प्लेन की तरफ, तो यहाँ पे वो माउंटेन स्लोप पर वो गली बनाते हैं, यानी कि डीप वैली। तो इस जगह में वो डीप वर्टिकल जो है पाथवे बना लेता है, इरोड करते हैं सरफेस मटेरियल को। सो दे आर गलीज आर कॉमन इन द स्टीप स्लोप्स ऑफ द माउंटेन, एंड सीट इरोजन इज कॉमन इन द प्लेन और मॉडरेट स्लोप और जेंटल स्लोप। तो ये दो हो गए इरोजन। सो गली इरोजन इज कॉमन इन द माउंटेन स्लोप, and a deep and narrow valley is called as gully. And if erosion is in the form of a gully or deep and narrow valley, that is known as gully erosion. If an entire layer of soil is removed from an area, that is known as seat erosion. Badlands are found in the areas around semi-arid or arid environment. जो desert है वहां पे बारिश नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन जब भी होता है तो बहुत तेज बारिश होते हैं, बड़े सिस्टम पहुंचते हैं और बहुत बहुत ज्यादा अमाउंट में एकाएक बारिश होने के चलते जमीन जो है बहुत बहुत मैंने हमारे अंदाज, हमारे कल्पना के बाहर का अमाउंट का सॉइल वहां से इरोडेड होते हैं and they are heavily dissected and eroded surface. They are known as badlands. So badlands are found around the deserts or semi-desert areas where it is mostly dry, the soil is loose and it does not rain often, but whenever it rains very heavily, leading to a very, very highly dissected topography. And another one is leaching, where we don't notice the soil being removed from one place, but minerals are leached deep downward from top soil to the bottom part. It means from A horizon to B or C horizon, which we have previously identified when we are studying the soil profile. There are 4 horizons or layers of soil: A, topsoil, then subsoil, then weathered rock and unweathered bedrock. So leaching means chemical action where nutrients or useful minerals like nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, they get dissolved with water, and on becoming solution with water, they move deep downward in the same locality. And this process is known as leaching. So these are the ways by which the soil quality is degraded. So our next topic will be land degradation and soil degradation. Next topic is land and soil degradation. So we have learned about some erosion types. Now we learn about suppose if you scored A grade in class 6, 7, 8, and you have got B and C grade in 9 and 10, then often parent and teacher will address you or tell you that you have degraded your own academic quality. So it means decline or reduction in the quality. So land degradation or soil degradation also means that the quality and quantity of the land or soil, whatever it may be, is not up to the mark, and a better quality soil may become a bad quality soil if it becomes degraded condition, if it is in degraded condition. एक एग्जांपल से हम समझते हैं, कभी कभी हमको 5, 6, 7 में अच्छे नंबर आए हैं, ए ग्रेड मिलता है, और हम 8, 9, 10 में थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ाई में थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, हमको समझ में नहीं आता है, नंबर कम आते हैं, तो पेरेंट और टीचर भी बोलते हैं आपका रिजल्ट डिग्रेड हो गया है। ए से बी, बी से सी, सी से डी हमको ग्रेड अगर मिलते हैं तो हम समझ जाते हैं कि इट इज नॉट अप टू द मार्क, इट इज नॉट अप टू द मार्क। आर यू फॉलोइंग? प्लीज रेस्पॉन्ड if you are able to understand that what is degradation. So qualitative loss and quantitative loss of soil is known as so quality loss means loss of fertility. Quality loss means अगर कोई सॉइल का फर्टिलिटी अगर लूज होता है तो सॉइल की क्वालिटी खराब हो जाती है, फूड प्रोडक्शन पे असर होगा। और क्वांटिटी लॉस होता है जब बरसात होती है और पूरा मिट्टी ही अगर रिमूव हो गया है, सो दैट इज वॉल्यूम ऑफ द सॉइल इज लॉस्ट फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर। Just like in the figure, these particles have come from top of the mountain and now they have got deposited here. So erosion happened in the mountain and deposition happened in the piedmont or the break point, break of slope. So land degradation, can anyone tell me any causes of land degradation? Class 6, 7, 8, 9 science में पढ़े हो, what could be the possible causes of land degradation? Two word, loss of quality and quantity. Wind, water, grazing animals. चलो और कुछ. लैंड डिग्रेडेशन के लिए एनिमल ग्रेजिंग है. एक दो आंसर आए हैं. और कोई जो रिस्पॉन्ड करना चाहते हैं? एक अदिति ने आंसर दिया. लैंड डिग्रेडेशन या सॉइल डिग्रेडेशन के लिए कुछ कारण. क्या इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट डंप करने से सॉइल अच्छे होते हैं या खराब होते हैं? If we dump the untreated industrial waste, untreated sewerage, untreated domestic garbage, plastics, excessive use of pesticide, chemical fertilizers, so these are all causes of land degradation. Pomal says it is all not good for soil, and so we can identify several causes of land degradation. The primary cause of land degradation is dumping of waste or deforestation. Also, if we cut the tree, then also it will ultimately cause soil degradation or land degradation or environmental pollution. जंगल काट दिए तो पेड़ तो काट ही दिए, जान मार दिए पेड़ पौधे का, और साथ में जो जमीन है वो एक्सपोज्ड हो गया टू रेन, टू विंड एंड टू टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर चेंजेस, and in that way slowly the quality of the soil will deteriorate or degrade. So we can note down some causes of land degradation. Causes of land degradation इसलिए एक दो करके अगर लिख दिए, एक लिख दिए डंपिंग, और लिख देंगे डिफॉरेस्टेशन, और जो भी पॉइंट लिख रहे हैं यहाँ, इफ दे आर कॉजेज ऑफ लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, तो क्या इनके सजेशन में कुछ आ सकता है, आंसर आ सकता है? हाउ टू स्टॉप लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, हु कैन टेल मी? इसमें क्या ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट बिफोर डंपिंग इनटू वाटर बॉडीज और सॉइल, ये एक सॉल्यूशन है? डिफॉरेस्टेशन के अगेंस्ट में एक स्टेप बताओ, क्या कर सकते हैं? तो बेसिक टर्मिनोलॉजी के साथ हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं. कॉजेज ऑफ लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, इंडस्ट्रीज कॉज soil or land degradation, unscientific agricultural practices. Sometimes we over use the water, so we put more water in the soil, that leads to over irrigated condition, and the valuable dissolved mineral gets removed from the soil. Sometimes we do not put any water by using manure instead of fertilizer. So unscientific may be checked by scientific agricultural practices like crop rotation, fallowing, manuring, and limited use of chemical fertilizers, use of organic fertilizers instead of chemical fertilizers. So these are some of the solutions for the causes we have already noted down. So if you know more, bathing, washing clothes in the nearby river, pond or tanks, that will also ultimately being absorbed by the soil. Soil quality may also get deteriorated by that. If we note about more causes, can we mention about plastics? Should we ban use of plastics? Should we discourage the use of plastics to reduce the land and soil degradation and pollution? Can you tell any other thing? Are there chemical industries? Are there chemical industries which produce or manufacture acids? Then there are batteries, then there are other synthetic fertilizers being manufactured, paints and dyes, petrochemicals. So many industries are there, acids and chemical industries also. Are also responsible for land and soil degradation. So we should try to check the activity of such industries, and those industries, beside producing their chemicals, they should also adopt green technologies which will minimize the degradation of the environment. Very good, some answers are there. However, no new chat with me. So I hope you have understood, and it's already about going to be 40 minutes now. I will disconnect my class again. During my offline classes, we will discuss the topic again. And till then, bye-bye from my side. Read the textbook. We will learn from the book about different areas, how land degradation occur in urban and semi-urban area, how land degradation occur in a desert, how land degradation occur in the coastal area, like that. So in the coastal area, different steps to be taken. In the desert, we will adopt different methods to stop land degradation, that we will know in our next class. Bye-bye from my side.